Hey dudes and dudettes, today I'm going to walk you through how to find the correlation in the equation of the regression line using technology. So one awesome way to do that is to use Desmos.com. Once you go to Desmos.com, just hit start graphing, and then we're going to have to enter the data that we want to find the regression line for. So I'm using IXL, so I'm going to enter these values into a table in Desmos. And to create a table, I'm going to hit this plus sign at the top left and add a table. And then I'll enter the X and Y values. And then you always want to go back and double check to make sure you got all the numbers exactly right so you don't get the problem wrong. Next step, finding the equation. So we're going to click the next box, number 2, and we have to enter this exactly as I'm entering it. So the equation that we're going to write is y1, and then we're going to use this symbol, the tilde, m x1 plus b. Now, some common mistakes that students make is sometimes they forget one of the ones here, or they'll use an equal sign by accident instead of the tilde. By the way, most keyboards have the tilde, but if you can't find it on yours, you can always go down to this keyboard and then hit the ABC button, and then the tilde is over here. Now, the important info that it gives us is R, which is the correlation coefficient. Our R value here is negative 0.9059. Because it's negative and close to -1, this is a strong negative correlation. And then it also gives us the slope M and the y-intercept B. Now, what I'm using this for in IXL is to find the equation of the regression line. So I'm going to enter my slope and y-intercept here. The only thing I have to watch out for is it tells me to round my answer to the nearest thousandth. So here's my slope M. Now, the way the digits work is the first decimal digit is the tenths, second is the hundredths, and then the third decimal place is the thousandths. So we're rounding to the third decimal place. Now, whenever you're rounding, you look at the next number that'll be chopped off. And if it's 5 or bigger, you're going to round up. But if it's less than 5, which it is in this case, the last digit's just going to be staying the same. So it's rounding down. So this will be negative 0.347. And then for the y-intercept, in this case, it's already rounded to the nearest thousandth because there's 3 decimal places. So I'm just going to enter that number. Wonderful. Now, I've got some decimals here. There's also an easier way to do this, which depending on how your data is set up, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. And that is to click and highlight and then copy and paste the table. So I'm hitting Command C on my keyboard. If you're not using an Apple, it's usually Control C. And then let me get rid of these old equations. I have to start fresh, or else it can actually give you the wrong answer. So everything's deleted. Now, in box 1, I'm just going to click on it. I don't have to have the table. I can just do Control V or Command V, and it gives me the table there, which is nice. And then in the second box, you just again do the Y1 tilde m x1 plus b. And then it gives you the slope, y-intercept, and correlation coefficient that you need. Thanks for watching. I hope this helps. Stay classy.